We will be joined by Ms. Sayali Bhagat, actor and entrepreneur, shortly, from a short while from now. And I do believe Uday has stepped out to receive one of the panelists. I'm going to request everyone to take their seats. Just give us a few quick moments as we wait for him. Meanwhile, in that time, if we can once again have a look at what We Women Want is all about. If I could. All right, Uday is back with us. Uday, thank you so much for joining us. And Uday, over to you.
Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on our special event. We're live from New Delhi at the We Women Want Conclave 2025 and Shakti Awards. Yes, it is, of course, a power-packed day that is now headed in to a very special session. Yes, women of today. How are they? What are they? Who are they? That is something we're going to be discussing with our power-packed panel. That's, of course, extremely beautiful, extremely intelligent, extremely enterprising, and extremely, let me also say, self-made. Because all of them, of course, have carved their own niche in their respective fields through their hard work and determination. So let me begin with you first, Dr. J. Madaan. If I were to define a woman of today, what would that be according to you?
I think women, good afternoon, first of all, everyone. Good afternoon to you. And I feel women today, or maybe 100 years back, or 3 centuries back, were always powerful, strong, emotionally much more balanced, than the other people around. And I feel that God has given them strength, because they can have children, given them strength to handle pain and handle pleasure in a much stronger way. And I think that's what has always been a little threatening, for men. And it's not that I'm a feminist. I believe both should coexist, and they coexist. It's an interdependable gender. But I feel that women always have been very, very powerful. Thanks to our Prime Minister, where Beti Badhao and Beti Bachao scheme has really picked up, and people have understood the value that what daughters can do with so many government schemes and things coming up, where there's always a way for us to make our daughters shine brighter. But I think women of today, or yesterday, or before, have always been very powerful, very strong, and that is intimidating, but that can really not be helped.
The honest truth, as you said.
Yeah, it is.
Sahiba, let me get you in here on the definition of women of today according to you. Do you believe you are very much a woman of today?
Thank you for that question, and thank you everyone for being here today. To answer that question, I do believe the women of today are the same as women of yesterday and the women who are yet to come, because I think women, through time empirical, have always been powerful. They've always had a lot of potential, but that has remained constant. What has changed is society and the society they live in. And the power that was probably not, the stage wasn't there for them earlier, the stage is there now, and I think people are realizing the power, potential. And it always takes me back to this thought that my father had told me. I got into Lady Shri Ram of College, and I got into Hansraj in Delhi University. I don't know if everyone's familiar with that. LSI is an all-girls college, very prestigious university. And I really did not want to go to that university. And my dad said, I'm proud of you because I want you to compete with men as well. And that platform, that stage of equality and equilibrium is what is a woman of today, but the powers have always been there.
Okay. Let me, in fact, take that to you as well, Sonia. What is a woman of today according to you? How would you define one? And do you believe these days, women of today are obsessed with social media?
Hi, I'm Sonia. Thank you for the question. I'm a fashion content creator. I mean, that is my work. That is what I do. Some people might say that I don't have a real job. But at the same time, answering your question, I think women of today are unapologetic. And they are everything they can ever be, because I think social media again plays a very huge role. Because right now, again, as I said, this is not my job, but this is my business. So women these days are entrepreneurs, they are business women, as I speak. So they are everything. So that is women of today for me is.
Okay. You've also, of course, been been given the Shakti Award today. So I have to ask you, where do you get your Shakti from?
Oh, that is such a nice question. I think I get Shakti, first of all, from my family. Because personally, I think you should not forget where you come from. Because there was this time when we had nothing. And that time, like a lot of people, as they suggest to, I would not like to include gender, but they obviously suggest like, oh, like your kid should take up this job because now you don't have money or anything like that. I'm so glad I didn't listen to them. So my Shakti comes from my own self to make my own decision and the ability to take anything that I want to do with my life. And even if I make mistakes, that is my own, but if it works for me, that is still, my own thing. So I think my immense dedication to my work, to my creativity, and of course my audience is where I get my Shakti from.
Let me ask you, Jai Madaan ji, to define that for us. Shakti ये जो शब्द है, इसका मतलब आपके नज़रिए में क्या है? इसका महत्व क्या है आपके लिए?
So what I'll quote what scriptures say. They say Shiv was Shav before the E ki matra, which is Shakti, was added to him. So if you see the stories or the epics on in Shiv Puran also, when Shakti goes out of his life, like when the Sati goes and do Atmadaha and she goes away, Shiv is doing nothing but just meditating. Similarly, if you see a woman leaves her husband and goes away, for 6-7 days, a man would enjoy, say, I'm partying, I'm having fun. But when it comes to the responsibility part of handling the home, everything around becomes so silent, it becomes so dead. So women is like Prakriti. She's active, she's movement, she's anything which is happening in life. And that is why, and I really like that about the defense sector of our country, Navy. Any ship that they launch, they call her she. Which is so beautiful. And the chief's wife comes and does the puja of that ship which is being launched, which even the defense sector of our country understands that power is women. And for me, she's not just about physical power. She surely has more physical power than man would have. If a man goes through a menstruational cramp every month, he'll probably jump from his balcony. Or if he has to go through the pain of the labor pain of delivery, he can't even imagine bearing that. So she's surely physically more powerful, mentally stronger, emotionally she can handle pain more. That's what statistics also say, that men go through more heart attack than women because she's able to bear and endure pain. So I think women is nothing but power, Shakti. And it's so beautiful that when a daughter gets born in our home or a daughter-in-law comes in our house, we always say, Mere ghar Lakshmi aayi hai. And I tell people that it's so strange. A daughter is born and you don't say, Mere ghar Saraswati aayi hai. A wife is coming and you don't say, Mere ghar Durga aayi hai. Halaki wo Durga hi banegi after 10 years. But you don't say that. you just say Lakshmi aayi hai. And then we see a picture of Lakshmi where she's the only goddess who sits on her husband's feet, nobody else. I mean, Radha must have loved Krishna ji lot more. But she's never sat on his feet and pressed his feet. So what are they trying to tell us? That a Lakshmi is supposed to be on husband's feet? No. The whole understanding of Lakshmi or a woman means that she only surrenders to a man who surrenders to her. So she's not power and arrogance. She can be absolutely subdued in love like water. But you need to give her that respect. She will command and she will demand that respect. And if you can do that, then she's your equal partner and she can be somebody that will always help you and support you. So she's power in every way.
Yes, lovely answer. I think Dr. Jai Madaan is, this is why she is an acclaimed motivational speaker. हमारी इंडिया न्यूज़ की फैमिली गुरु थी आप शुरुआत से ही. जी, Sahiba, that same question to you. Winning today the Shakti Award for promising performances, does that make you feel you are on the right path? In a profession like yours, acting and sports presenting, there are many highs and many lows. So what keeps you grounded? What keeps you, where do you get your Shakti to stay true to the cause?
Thank you so much for the recognition as well. But I don't think any kind of women do not seek validation from outside, I feel, at least the Indian women, because they have to find Shakti within themselves to bring it out. Because in the external factors, you always have people doubting us, putting us down, not believing in us, and it's within us to take that step forward and say, listen, you might be wrong about that. But of course, I think recognition like this makes us believe at least that we are doing something right. And for me, Shakti comes from women, and I'm not going to lie about that. I'm going to be supremely honest. Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you. Sorry.
Welcome, welcome, Sayali
Yes,
Bhagat, actor, former Miss India, with us as well. Please go ahead.
Would you?
Sahiba.
All right. And for me, like I said, Shakti comes from women. Everyone sitting here, and I was sitting on the sofa, the women around me, the energy I get, just seeing how unabashedly, unapologetically they are. And for me personally, it has been my grandmothers, my nani and dadi. My nani was leading a school. She owned a school. She was a principal of a school. And she came to India from Pakistan when she was mere 2 years old as only with her family. My dadi, who was a corporate lawyer and the first banker in India, and a female banker in India. And that got me into understanding how powerful women can be, and they can work, and they would come home and take care of their three children, take care of their husbands, take part in their social promises, etc. So, and my mom as well, she's in the audience. Right now in the car, she told me, she had an event yesterday, she works, and she's like, I don't do it for the money. I do it because I want to work and I can work. And that was like, yeah, that is being a woman today.
Sayali, you were Miss India. You became an actor. You have given big hits in Bollywood. Now you're an entrepreneur. Do you believe this does embody the woman of today, which is our panel theme today? Breaking the glass ceiling in different fields. And what has led you to transition in the manner that you have?
Oh, what a wonderful question. And I'm sure I'd be reaching out to most women out here. And I think Durga is the right incarnation or the right way a woman was always depicted, or Devi Ma is always the right way how a woman is depicted. Basically, a woman with many hands. A woman who can do so many things. And I think we can add value not just to our homes, to our children, not just to one profession, but we can evolve, we can adapt. And I think my career path and my life path has been something very similar. And I'm sure it is so with all you women out here. So we start as daughters, little girls, as students, and then we move on to many roles. And somewhere or the other, we're not just doing more, but also aspiring to do more. So I'm not just saying in terms of ambition, but in terms of our capability. I think a woman was always a multitasker, and my current life journey is just a reflection of every woman out here.
Jai Madaan ji, let me, Sonia was of course speaking about content creation and, fashion, and the youths connect with this these days. There's also, of course, we see connect of people, but a lot of women also with Vastu. How can using Vastu correctly improve a woman or man's life?
A woman?
Or man's life.
Or a man's life. Oh, glad we have a question that man would also like to hear or listen. I'm happy with that. I think the understanding of Vastu, let's make it very, very clear and simple understanding that it was not something which was meant for ordinary people when it was documented or written by Ved Prakash ji. So in Vishwakarma Prakash, when it was mentioned, it was only meant for kings. So the Vastu that we read or we understand, northeast में मंदिर होना चाहिए, southeast में kitchen होना चाहिए, southwest में bedroom होना चाहिए, were meant for palaces and cities. It wasn't for normal people. So they were Raj Jyotish, which used to check the Mahurat of wars, the marriage, the baby, the other auspicious things, design the homes, know where the army should be kept, the animals should be kept. So it was all generic. In today's time, where we are living on each other's head, like there's one apartment and there could be a 100-story building, they could never imagine that one day there's going to be a multi-story structure, one floor will have 5 apartments. So if one apartment has northeast toilet and 100 other has, all of their life is not same. Forget about one apartment. If a husband is going through financial debt, the wife is partying, she's not even bothered. What does Vastu do with one bedroom? So Vastu affects only 35% of your life. 65 is what phase in life are you directly going through. आपकी जिंदगी की दशा बताती है कि कौन सी दिशा आपके लिए ठीक है. So it is very personalized right now. Doesn't mean that generic won't work. It will work. So the generic direction of fame is south. Somebody like her who's into social creation, and the more likes and the more followers she'll have more money in her pocket. So if you want to increase your fame, that's your goal of life, or like you for that matter there, then your pictures and your identity, your appreciation, your certificates should be in south. Because that is the direction where Hanumanji also got popular. He went towards South Sri Lanka. This direction takes lot of your hard work and effort. Unki bhi poonch jali, chota hona pada, bada hona pada, and eventually he became a god. Similarly, this direction makes you very hardworking. And people are very scared of South. When you're going and looking for a property, it's like South facing hai, mujhe nahi jana. If you look, every country, South has more money. Every city, South has more value in real estate. Yet we don't want a south-facing property because hard work zyada karate. All we want is shortcut se mile. If you want everything from shortcut, lesser of hard work, to increase more opportunities, place lot of water-related things in north direction. That's the direction of opportunity. If you want more social connections, like somebody from head of NewsX, where they need more political connections, east is the direction. Sun rises from east is where everything in your life will become more lighter. Having pictures and things related to copper works very well there to create more better relationship. Now, last but not the least, money. How do you save more money? You can earn a lot, but everything goes away. West is the direction, which in Hindi means Paschim. Paschim means piche. Purab means aage. What do you need piche? Something that supports your back. And what supports your back? Assets and investments that you don't want to sell off. So when you place them in the west direction, it gives you a support that you don't have to liquidate them.
Amazing. Some good tips for you all to take and imbibe as well for our audience here and our viewers as well. Let me ask you, Sonia, about when you decided ki yahi karna hai. When did you decide that my content is working now, let me make a career of it? Which has been your most memorable reel or video so far?
I think in any content creator's journey, the memorable video or reel or any post will be the first content that they ever post on social media, because it's like you're being naked in front of, on the internet. Like they can see you, like they can comment anything on it. So I think that's the most memorable one anytime anyone asks me. But what was the next question?
Most memorable reel so far?
Yeah, memorable reels. See, like... I think many, but it always surprises me. Like internet is full of fun. So whenever you think like you've put in a lot of hard work, maybe you don't get a lot of result, but then someday you're like, let's just post it and not think about it too much. Suddenly people like it. So there's no straight line to follow, and literally anything can happen on the internet, and it's fun. It's fun.
Fantastic. Last word to Sahiba and Sayali. Very, very quick question because we're almost out of time. Sahiba, to you, do you believe OTT has been a game changer for young actors like yourself?
No, absolutely. Because before the prevalence of OTT, we only had films and we had television. And for films, they were really concentrated amongst a few faces that we all love and adore as well. But OTT was a platform, not just a platform, I would say it was an opportunity for a lot of people, not only actors, but crew, cast, directors, producers, technicians, to showcase their work finally. It was a fair play game. Everyone came through merit. And to answer your question, since you're stuck in time, it has been a great opportunity, and it's not done yet because earlier it was just one OTT. Now you have multiple.
Multiple ones, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the future is bright. Okay.
Future is bright.
Sayali, final word to you. You are going to be honored very, very shortly with a special award for Shakti Award for Excellence, of course, in entrepreneurship. But very quickly, for you, where do you derive your Shakti from? बहुत कुछ किया है आपने, बहुत कुछ बाकी है. मुश्किल दिन जब आते हैं, शक्ति कहाँ से मिलती है आपको?
I'm glad I'm talking about where I derive my Shakti from, and my mother is pretty much present here. So yes, I do derive my Shakti from my mother.
How lovely this is, that your mother is here, and your mother is here. So nice.
Lovely. So yes, Mama, can you just wave? Yes, there. So I derive my Shakti from my mother because, You see them in different phases throughout their lives. Now my mother's almost touching 70. So I kind of have a roadmap of how I'm going to get there by 70. And I think this is what all women need, whether it's from us or whether it's from this whole endeavor today, is to see a little bit of roadmap, is to get a little bit of an idea of how we can get ahead from where we are right now.
Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank
You
so
all
much.
are, as I said, 4 of you, women of today and achievers in your own right, and let's hope that continues. Many, many thanks for